creativity,
ideas,
innovation,
change,
leadership,
development,
youth in entrepreneurship. Only on
Radio REEYAZ 96.8 MHz.
Good evening and namaste. Welcome to the second episode of Youth in Entrepreneurship Season 3. This program is presented by Radio REEYAZ in collaboration with UTSAH Nepal. You are listening to Youth in Entrepreneurship every Sunday 5 to 6 p.m. I am Medha, your radio host. The concept director for this program is Abhilasha Rayamajhi. Youth in Entrepreneurship is a radio talk show where we interview and share stories of entrepreneurs and attempt to understand the current scenario of entrepreneurial business in Nepal. The main objective of this show is to promote innovative ideas of our younger generation. Our guest for today's episode is Mr. Aneel Neupane. He is the founder of REEYAZ Productions. It is a startup founded by 3 like-minded friends with a view to tell stories through visual media. So let us welcome Mr. Aneel Neupane. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
What do you have to say about the current scenario of entrepreneurship in Nepal?
To be honest, it's only been about 1.5 years that I've moved back to Nepal, and I'm still trying to understand what's been going on and what the scene is actually. So I cannot answer your question right away, but maybe I'll be ready in coming days. I'm still trying to understand the scene of entrepreneurship.
What exactly is REEYAZ Productions?
REEYAZ Productions is a creative content creator hub. We're a group of people that like-minded people that come together and create visual media, be it photography, videos, commercials, or anything that we can get our hands on.
What gave you the idea of starting this company?
I've always been inclined towards art and photography, and I've loved watching movies and animated cartoons when I was growing up. So I guess deep down I always wanted to do something about this, create what I really like to watch. So maybe that's why I got together with my friends. So we had an idea of maybe we should start a company and start doing this, because my partners, the 2 other people that started REEYAZ Productions with me, they were both working here in Nepal, and I was working in Mumbai at the time, and we were all working for other people. We were doing what we love doing, but we were not doing it for ourselves. So we thought maybe we should do this for ourselves, and that way whatever we create will be ours. We don't have to give up on our passion, and maybe we can make some money out of it.
What are the major objectives of REEYAZ Productions?
So right now the objectives of REEYAZ Productions is changing as we are growing together. So currently, when we started, our objective was to have a steady working environment, but now the objective has grown, of course, and now we are aiming to create better videos, better visual content, and maybe in coming years we'll be producing feature films as well. So that's the plan.
And how does it follow its objectives?
So the people that are working for REEYAZ Productions, the team that we have, we are all really passionate, and we are all working hands on for what we love. As we are learning, as we are working together, every next project will be so every next project that we do will be better than the last project that we did. So that's how we are slowly growing and working towards the objective.
Can you tell us about your recent projects?
So recently we released our first short film, which has been getting really amazing feedback from all the people around the world. And before that, we also did something. We launched a program called Interviewee. So what it is it's kind of like a film festival, but it's not huge right now, but we're planning to make it huge. So for the first season of Interviewee, we collaborated with our filmmaker friends who have made short films. So we gathered the short films and showcased it to a select crowd that we invited, and we got feedbacks. So Interviewee is going to be a long-term project. So that was our recent achievement, I guess. And then the short film, and there are other projects that we have not released yet.
What were the most amazing feedbacks that you got?
The most amazing feedback, to be honest, was the turnout of the people, because we had made invitation, we had made phone calls and everything, and we were not expecting as many people to turn out. So the crowd that came was overwhelming, and we are also happy because there were so many amazing faces that we got so many amazing feedback in all the films. I guess the whole turnout was the best thing about the event.
Amazing feedbacks as in?
People really appreciated our cinematography, the sound design, and the color of our films, and they were really excited about the next season of Individuals. We had not set a date to when the next Individuals was going to be, but looking at how enthusiastic all the people were, so we are planning to launch one more in coming months.
Wow. So sir, what was the theme of Individuals?
For the first season of the event, what we wanted to do was we want to collect short films by independent filmmakers. Hence the name Indie Visuals. So it's kind of like a pun, I guess. So independent visuals. So for the first theme, we just wanted to make it open themed, and there were around 9 films, and they were all of different genres. So there was thriller, there was love story, there was this psychological drama, and there was comedy, and there was horror as well. So we had all this different spectrum of movies that were showcased, and it was really fun.
That's exciting. So am I invited for the next season of Individuals?
Yes, of course you are. As a matter of fact, for the first season of Individuals, I had invited Abhilasha as well, but unfortunately she couldn't come. It would have been great, of course, but yeah, next time your whole team is invited.
Thank you, sir. So what are your future plans and visions for Jazz Productions?
I want to watch Jazz Productions grow, and I want it to be as a legacy, because I don't see myself running the company throughout my life. I want to see people like me who want to step forward and take lead. So like I said, I want Jazz Productions to be a legacy, and that's why me and the whole team are working really hard, and we are inviting more people, we are hiring interns, and so the team is growing, and so eventually we'll move on to next projects, and Jazz Productions will be like in auto mode, autopilot, so that it'll keep growing. So what we're doing right now is we're training the next generation of Jazz Productions, so that when we move on, they'll take over and we don't have to worry about it all.
Sir, do you face any hardships or challenges in your way?
Yes, of course we do. I mean, I don't think there are any startup or any business organizations that don't face any problems and run smoothly. I mean, we have problems. I mean, there are a lot of problems, like we don't have electricity throughout the day, and there's no we keep having problems like the blockade, and we can't even when we go to shoot at a location, there we face so many problems, like that the authorities don't let us shoot. So these are the minor problems, but still, looking at the grand picture, there are so many hurdles and blocks that are holding us back, but we're still trying to overcome those and do our best from our side.
How do you overcome those difficulties?
Yeah, we try our best to overcome those problems by getting a backup generator, but even this gets expensive, and sometimes when we're at the location, we have to pay extra money to get to the space. And this one time, I think last month, we had a shoot planned at Godavari. So me and my partner Jestha, we were there to shoot, but they didn't let us in with our equipments. So we waited for a while, and we were listening to their stories. People were talking. So what had happened was right before we reached there, someone had died inside the park. That was really tragic, but they had that guy had fallen from a tree and died right on the spot. So what I did was I went on and talked to them, and I said that my friend Labis, he had broken both his legs during the first earthquake. So they were really sympathetic about it, and they let us in right away. I mean, it's kind of sad to use sympathy as a way to get in, but it did work.
So you got what you want, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Sir, how do you manage your time? Are you able to give enough time to your work, family, as well as other relatives?
Well, it gets hectic at times, but I am happy to say that I manage the time well so far.
According to you, what is the scope for young entrepreneurs in a developing country like Nepal?
For young entrepreneurs, I think Nepal is a gold mine, because there are not a lot of people doing a lot of things here. As you can see examples abroad, there are a lot of people achieving their goals in a lot of fields that we don't even know yet. There are a lot of fields that have not been explored in Nepal. So in a country like Nepal, I think there are a lot of fields that have not been explored yet. I know there are a lot of problems, but I also believe that there are a lot of opportunities, and the young entrepreneurs of Nepal have the opportunity to be pioneers in a lot of fields.
What do you have to say to the youths leaving the country and going abroad for jobs?
I know it's sad, and irony is that even my parents are forcing me to go abroad to get a job and get a life. But I think it's sad that young blood of Nepal are leaving the country, and they're using their potential for other people. Like I said, when I was working in Mumbai, I felt like I needed to do something for myself and for my country. That's why I came back, and I want to do it. I want to continue it as long as it takes, and I think we should really give it our best in Nepal before we try abroad. We never know. I mean, like we discussed earlier, Nepal is a gold mine for young entrepreneurs. Maybe we'll find what we're looking for.
What are the flaws and challenges that young entrepreneurs should work on?
Of course, there are a lot of flaws and challenges that young entrepreneurs have to face, but like we don't get enough funds, we don't get to reach the right clients all the time, and we keep failing. There are a lot of other problems that we have to face in daily life. But I think the key is to be patient and keep trying and keep building whatever you're doing. Keep focusing on your work. Keep building better portfolios. The key is to keep trying and never give up.
What do you have to say about young women in entrepreneurship and workforce?
It's outstanding the number of women entrepreneurs that are rising in the current situation of Nepal. I have a lot of female friends who are doing amazing and outstanding job, and they're inspiring me personally as well. So I think it's amazing.
You told us about your female friends working in other fields, but what is the status of females working in your industry?
In the field that I'm working on, sadly, there are not a lot of women who are working actively, because it's probably because we have to work late hours, we have to stay overnight at the office, we have to travel a lot to shoot and everything. Going back to the society, I think we're still confined by the rules that our parents and the society implies on us, and so the women in our society are not as outgoing as they should be. So that's probably the problem why there are not a lot of female friends in my field.
Okay, so we will have to encourage more female entrepreneurs.
That's true.
Can you tell us something about your education?
I finished my SLC from this school called Unique Model Academy. It's a small school in Patan, and we were the first batch. I was the topper of my school, so maybe that's why I used to have a lot of pressure that I had to be the topper all the time. And then when I moved on to high school, again I was the first batch in high school, and I was the topper there as well. So maybe that's why everyone expected me to be successful in studies and have a really good degree and all, and maybe that's why everyone was disappointed when I dropped out.
Why did you drop college?
I dropped out of CA because I was more passionate about photography at that time, and I knew that I wanted to pursue a career taking pictures, and eventually it evolved into filmmaking, and now I'm doing a lot of other things as well. But initially I dropped out because I wanted to be a storyteller. I want to be an artist who would tell stories through visual medium.
What were your parents' responses?
My parents are still not happy about what I decided to do. I mean, my mom, she understands a bit, but my dad still thinks that I'm wasting my time with my life, and he doesn't really understand what's been going on at all. But I'm trying to make them understand, and eventually I hope that they will.
And what do you have to say to them?
My parents?
Yeah.
All I have to say to my parents is that please trust me. I know what I'm doing. I mean, they knew that I was a rational kid growing up as well. I used to think a lot, and so the decision of me dropping out was made after a lot of thinking and a lot of calculation. So I knew the risk I had from the get-go, so I know how to keep it balanced, and I'm trying my best.
But CA is a good career. It has a lot of scope and you get to make a lot of money. Do you regret that you dropped from college?
I do not, actually, as a matter of fact. I know that being a CA will mean a lucrative job and a lot of money, but I do not want to have a dead-end job in a cubicle, and more than money, I think I care about satisfaction, and this job that I'm doing right now, this career that I'm pursuing, it provides me with satisfaction as well as the money that I need to sustain a life right now. I know if I try harder, I will make more money, and money will not be a problem, but what this career, being a filmmaker and photographer, gives me is a chance to make a name and leave a legacy for myself.
What were your friends' responses when you dropped from college?
Initially, they all thought I was crazy because, like I said, I was a topper in my school and high school, and they all expected me to pass CA with flying colors, and I suddenly dropped out. They were all stunned. But most of my close friends knew that I was more passionate about photography and art, so they were really giving me thumbs up, and they were wishing me luck. So now, when I meet my friends from my CA days, they are all super proud of me because they know that I made a rational and a really good decision by dropping out, and I would be a lousy CA anyway.
Is your sister supportive?
My sister is still young. She is studying in her 9th right now, but I mean, she doesn't know what life is right now. I hope as she grows up, she will come to understand what I'm doing, and she is not very bright at studies, but I hope that I can encourage her to pursue her passion, whatever that is.
Have you planned to continue your further studies?
What I really plan to do is I plan to join film school maybe next year. So for that, I'm trying to build a strong portfolio of movies so that I can apply for a scholarship and hopefully get one.
Wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you very much.
And do you think that education degrees would matter to become an entrepreneur?
I do not think so. These are the most commonly given examples, like Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. So they're doing fine on their own. Maybe we can as well. More than educational degrees, what we need is people skill and our true passion for the job that we're doing right now. I think that is what we need to become a successful entrepreneur.
What motivates you in your everyday life?
So what really motivates me is the will to do more and will to grow. I set goals for myself that the next project that I'm doing will have to be better than the last one that I did. So that's how every day I'm learning and I'm trying to make myself grow and be better at what I'm doing.
Is there an interesting story that you'd like to share with our listeners?
If I have to talk about interesting things that happened to me in bigger picture, the most interesting will have to be my girlfriend. She was my high school crush. I was like head over heels about her when I was in high school, but I didn't have the courage or the confidence to go and talk to her about this. So it just hung back then. Then I moved to Delhi. I studied CA. Then I dropped out. Then I went to Mumbai, where I learned a lot about work ethics and I met a lot of people there as well. And I guess in those 4 or 5 years, I slowly began to build the confidence that I needed. And when I moved back to Nepal, I finally talked to her and I told her how I felt. And it was a relief to realize that she felt the same way about me. And so we've been in a relationship for over a year now, and we couldn't be happier. So I think that's why, as you can see, I dedicate most of my artworks that I do to her, in my pictures, in my videos, in the songs that I write. So all these things, and she is the one who motivates me to get better and to be better than I was yesterday. So I think that's really that is the most interesting thing that has happened to me, and I'm really lucky to have her in my life.
How about your life in Mumbai?
My life in Mumbai was good until it reached a saturation point. It was good because I met a lot of people who are really motivated in their life and who are super energetic and who are super focused in what they're doing. I used to be a laid-back kind of a guy. But when I saw those people always working and running around, I thought to myself, hey, maybe I should be that energetic, and maybe that's how the people, reach to where they want to be. So then I started working a lot, and I still follow that work ethics that I learned in Mumbai. And I keep telling my team to be more energetic, and I keep giving them examples of my friends who I met in Mumbai. So the life there was good, but then I thought, like I said, I should probably invest this energy back home, and that's why I moved back.
How was your parents' reaction when you returned from Mumbai?
They were surprised. I mean, they probably thought that I was crazy again one more time after dropping out. They thought, okay, he's doing a good, he has a steady job, he's sending money home, and all that. Okay, so they were kind of happy. But when I decided to move back to Nepal, they were worried. And when I said that, okay, maybe I should start my own thing there, they did not believe in me at all. So they even suggested me to go look for a job, or maybe try to go abroad right away. But then I was consistent, and I was consistent, and I was stubborn in my decision, and I told them to give me some time to prove myself. So then before I even came to Nepal, the co-founders of Jazz Productions, Tejasvi and Labesh, they pitched this idea to me that let's get together and start a company once you come back. So I was not so sure back then, but then I thought maybe we should probably give it a try. So that's how we ended up starting Jazz Productions.
How was your experience when you first started Jazz Productions?
When we first started Jazz Productions, we were all kind of worried because we didn't have a lot of clientele, and we were not making a lot of money. So and whatever money we were making, we invested all of that for the company itself. So initially we were worried, but then eventually our team grew bigger, and then we started to do our own passion projects. That's how people started knowing our name in the market, and I think that's really important publicity, I guess. So yeah, initially it was scary, to be honest. But
at present, how many members are working for your company?
At present, we have a core member of 7 people. So that includes sound designers, cinematographer, photographers, management, and social content creators. And so I think right now we have a perfect team of everyone who are willing to give their blood and sweat for the company. And we also have a balanced clientele. We have people believing in us. We have supporters like Sound Factory who continuously support us, and we have been getting continuous support from Sound Factory, who has been there with us since the beginning, and we could not have reached here without them. And there are a lot of other musicians, artists, and other people who have been supporting us, who have been believing in us and trusting us to take over their projects. And right now we have been working for NGOs, INGOs, and there are a lot of individual clients as well. I think the clientele is going balanced right now.
What are the expectations of your clients?
In this field, we meet a lot of different types of clients, and they all have different level of expectation, and we try our best to meet each of them individually. And sometimes we meet clients who expect something that we have not done yet, and they give us examples from Hollywood and other people. So we up our game in those situations, and we try our best to meet those expectations as well.
You said that publicity is important. What do you do to expand your market?
We have been working on that part specifically because recently, like I said, the individuals, that project, it was mainly done to increase our network and to invite more people to join our team.
How important is networking in your business?
I think networking is super important. It is the one thing that needs to be balanced throughout our company's career.
Who is your favorite photographer?
My favorite photographer has to be my friend Hitesh Chabra. He's a photographer based in Mumbai. He's amazing, and I'm super inspired by his work.
Who inspires you in your field?
So in my field, like I said, Hitesh inspires me a lot. And there's one more friend of mine called Zal Kaosi, also from Mumbai. He's the one who actually inspired me to be a filmmaker.
Do you have a specific dream that you want to fulfill in your life?
I have been working on the dream thing as I go, but right now I want to make a feature film that I'm writing currently in the next 1.5 years. So that is my goal right now.
How would you define success?
I think success for me is being happy with the people that I'm around, and to have a balanced life. And for that, of course, we need money, and we need a little bit of fame wouldn't hurt as well. So I think that's what success is to me.
How do you update yourself every day?
The internet, of course. I think in this age, the internet is the biggest gift to mankind, and without it, I don't think I would be this updated in life or in profession.
Do you do a lot of research in your works?
Yes, I do. Actually, we have to do a lot of research because there are a lot of equipments and softwares coming out every single day, and if we don't keep ourselves up to date, someone else will take us over,
In your profession, how do adults of your field react to your work?
There are two different kinds of seniors in our field. The one kind who support us and treat us like as our mentors, and the other one who don't really believe in us, and they are ridiculed by what we're trying to do, the change that we're trying to bring. So it gets tricky sometimes, but we try to balance both kind of seniors.
So does that help you in your work, having both someone who criticizes and someone who supports?
Yes, it does, because we need both shades of feedback in every output that we make.
What do you do in your daily life?
As in my routine?
Yeah.
I wake up, I take some time to practice keyboard that I'm learning right now, and my day is spent at my office trying to brainstorm, or whether we're working or editing or we're traveling for shooting. And then in the evening I take some time out for my girlfriend, and then at night I again go back to practicing my music and doing some leftover work.
Oh, you're involved in music as well?
Yes, I do.
Beside keyboard, which instruments do you play?
I play basic guitar. I really like to play mursunga. I respect the instrument, and I've been trying some electronic music as well, and some looping and for performance as well.
What are your other hobbies?
My main hobbies include watching movies, eating, sleeping, music. I guess that's about it. And reading, of course.
So what inspired you to get into music?
There's a really interesting story to that. I have this friend in my team whose name is Aman Karna. So he's this really talented musician, and staying with him, working with him got me inspired to try different things music related. So that's why I've been trying to learn to perform with him, and so he actually inspired me to learn keyboard, and he's inspiring me to try and sing as well. Aman is the one.
You said that reading was one of your hobbies. Which is the recent book that you read?
Currently I'm reading Agatha Christie's 13 Problems, and I'm super into mystery and thriller, and I like Dan Brown's book as well. So Agatha Christie and Dan Brown are my favorite authors.
As you said earlier, you are working on a script of your future film. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, of course, but I cannot give away the spoiler. It's going to be a post-apocalyptic thriller, I guess, and it'll have a lot of VFX, and it'll be a huge experiment in the Nepali cinema industry as well, and I hope I will be able to pull it off.
Wow, I'm more excited. I'll have many invitations, and we all are eagerly waiting for your upcoming film.
Thank you very much.
And do you go out often, or you spend most of your time at work?
The interesting thing about my work is that I get to travel a lot for work. That in itself becomes a vacation, so I think it's really relieving. And I also take some time out to travel with my friends, with my girlfriend, take some time out for my parents. That's how I balance everything.
When was the last time you went out with your parents?
I think it's been a few months that I went out with my parents, and it's been long overdue, and I think I owe them a nice dinner.
And with your friends?
With my friends, I keep traveling from time to time. So the last time was maybe a few weeks ago.
We are almost at the end of our show today. So is there any advice or suggestion that you'd like to give to the younger generation who aspire to be like you?
I think the only message that I can truly give them is don't stop believing and keep on dreaming and trying hard to achieve your goals. I think that's the only secret that I can provide.
We had a really enlightening conversation today, and I'm sure our listeners must have been inspired after listening to your stories, and they might want to be in contact with you. So is there any contact information that you'd like to share with our listeners?
I think Facebook is probably the easiest way to contact anyone these days. I have a Facebook page called Aneel Neupane Photography, or my company's page Jazz Productions, or even my own profile. I think that's the easiest way to contact me.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure having you with us today on Youth in Entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much for inviting. It was a pleasure talking to you, Medha.
If you have any queries or suggestions regarding the show, or if you are a young entrepreneur yourself who would like to be interviewed on this show, you can write to us. You can message us on our Facebook page, Youth in Entrepreneurship, or email us at youthinentrepreneurship@gmail.com. YOUTH Youth INENTREPRENEURSHIP Entrepreneurship. Youth in Entrepreneurship@gmail.com. You can also call us on our number 4670-820. 4670-820. You can also like our Facebook page and join our group Radio REEYAZ 96.8 MHz. You can also hear our shows on YouTube. Log on to youtube.com/Youth in Entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for listening to Youth in Entrepreneurship in Radio REEYAZ 96.8 MHz in collaboration with UTSAH Nepal. I'd also like to thank our concept director Abhilasha Rayamajhi. We will be back again next week with yet another amazing guest. Till then, take care and have a wonderful week. Namaste.